1, 2, 3. Can I get an iPad?
There's a very good cure for
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 11.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Greg Glover. City has the night off. There was a heated debate between the Hamilton County School Board and the district's independent bus drivers tonight. Board members have not agreed on a bus contract for the next school year, but many bus drivers say they are not happy with the contract board members approved back in April. Channel 3's Tanisha Cordell has more on what changes some drivers say they want to see before signing.
About 24 independent bus drivers were at the school board's work session tonight. A lot of them were frustrated and fired back at school board members, saying some of the details in the board's proposed contracts are not fair.
As of right now, I'm not signing.
Independent bus driver Janie Smith questions her future with the Hamilton County School District. Smith has covered one of the district's bus routes for the past 4 years. The single mother says she needs insurance and better pay.
When I bought in, I wasn't offered insurance. I knew that, but our pay was always the same. But then all of a sudden they're wanting to change the pay rate on us to give us a cut and wanting to give us the $9,500 in lieu of insurance. Well, we owe the taxes on that.
Smith was among dozens of independent bus drivers who stood before school board members in hopes of making changes to their proposed contracts. As of now, independent bus drivers with more than one route will receive an additional $9,500 instead of benefits. Some don't believe that's fair.
I drive a school bus like everybody else in here. I don't do nothing different.
We've already been told that there would be lawsuits if we did this.
Board member Joe Wingate says insurance has not been provided to bus drivers since the early 2000s. He says the bus drivers that do have insurance have been considered county employees since before the school systems merged.
There are only 35 bus drivers in the county who have insurance, and they are the 35 bus drivers in the state of Tennessee that have insurance. There are no other counties that provide insurance to bus drivers.
Though there's still work to be done, board members are confident they will find a way to make everyone happy.
And I think conflict's good, contention is good. You're able to figure out where the other side is and where can we find some things that we agree on.
The bus driver's current contract expires June 30th. Board member Rhonda Thurman noted that the contract should be signed by then so that the drivers can buy new buses for the next school year. In the studio, Tanisha Cordell, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Also in school patrol, the school board's pick for Superintendent Dr. Brian Johnson made a surprise appearance as Hamilton County Commissioners voted on a budget that impacts the school district he'll soon lead. Dr. Johnson joined a packed house as county commissioners approved the 2018 budget. During his visit, Dr. Johnson met with the school's instructional team and other staff members in the central office. He's not sure what his first day on the job will look like, he says, but he knows what he will do on the first day of school.
Whether it's that 12th grader that's having the first day of their last year or that kindergarten that's having the first day of their first year, I'm looking forward to getting in school buildings on that first day to really hitting as many schools as I possibly can during that time.
Dr. Johnson says he still has duties to wrap up in his current job and he hopes to finalize details in his contract with Hamilton County soon. There are new details in a federal lawsuit filed by 3 former Ooltewah High School employees. Channel 3's learned a judge ordered the defendants in that case to respond to the allegations against them. That includes Hamilton County Schools, DCS, Hamilton County District Attorney Neil Pinkston, and former Superintendent Rick Smith. The complaint centers on how officials handled the investigation into the rape of a basketball student in 2015. Attorney Robin Flores, whom you just saw there a moment ago, who's not connected with the case, says it'll be a tough one to prove.
When you look at it, you got a statute of limitations issue coming up with some of the claims. You've got immunities that are there.
All 3 men are asking for more than $2 million apiece for damages, $100 grand each for each of their wives, and all court costs. They have 21 days to respond to the lawsuit. In Crime Stoppers, a shooting from last week has left a man in critical condition nearly 7 days later, and a gunman still on the loose. Police believe 40-year-old Shalone Wingate was targeted. He was shot at midday last Thursday and remains in critical condition. The shooter ran from quick responding Chattanooga officers, U.S. Marshals, and K-9 units and got away. Investigators have been able to collect some suspect information, but they need more. With Crime Stoppers, you can remain completely anonymous and you'll be eligible for up to $1,000 reward cash. Any bit of information, no matter how small it may appear, might just be what's needed to find the gunman and get him off the street before he claims another victim.
What we're hoping for is that someone did see something and that they know who the suspect is. It could be that they saw it or that the suspect told them what happened. We know a lot of the times that criminals will talk about the crimes that they commit, so we're hoping that that's happened in this case and the person will come forward and call Crime Stoppers.
Your honest payday could be a simple phone call away. 698-3333 is the number. If you get voicemail, leave a way for Sergeant Miller to get back with you. He may have some questions, but he'll never ask your name or who you are. A benefit cookout's being held for the Ringgold police detective who was injured when he was hit by a car on the side of I-75. Detective Wilburn Dykus and other officers were in the process of clearing a crash scene when a driver who did not obey the move over law hit their police cars. Dicus, who was hit by one of the cars, had to be extracted from his car. He's a lifelong resident of Ringgold. He's been a police officer since 1987. The benefit cookout will be held in downtown Ringgold on July 22nd from 4 to 8 p.m. Also, there's a GoFundMe page set up for the Dicus family and for him. Find that, a link to it, on our website. And we wish them all the luck in raising some money to help him out. Forecasters say heavy rains are now lashing parts of the Gulf Coast as Tropical Storm Cindy is edging ever closer to its expected landfall over the coming hours. The National Hurricane Center says it expects little change in strength for the storm until it rumbles ashore somewhere along the Louisiana-Texas line. Authorities say a 10-year-old boy struck by storm surge debris, this in Alabama, has been the only fatality reported so far. NBC's Dan Shinneman reports.
Tropical Storm Cindy is churning toward the Gulf Coast. The storm blamed for the loss of one life, a 10-year-old boy in Alabama hit by debris hurled by a massive wave.
Pray for this family. This is a tragic event, a tragic day.
Up to a foot of rain is expected to fall on parts of the Gulf Coast. The storm has already caused flooding in some areas. States of emergency already in place in Alabama and Louisiana.
People all over the state of Louisiana, not just along the coast, should take it very seriously, because it has the potential to drop an awful lot of rain all the way through as it moves north.
The tropical storm is expected to make landfall Thursday morning. Dan Shenneman, NBC News.
Now it's time to check on weather a little closer to home. Paul Bear is standing by to tell us what's changing in the forecast. Hey, Paul.
The other problems that they're going to have down there with tornado watches and possible tornadoes. So some pretty severe thunderstorms too. What we're looking at right now are some showers that are moving across North Georgia. They're very light, and they're going to be moving into Bradley County and Hamilton County, not too far from Appleton in the near future, but there's not that much rain out there, just some sprinkles. Looking at Vipercast, you'll be able to see by 7 o'clock in the morning, we're going to see some light rain move in. It'll get heavier into the afternoon. This is around noon. You'll see a little bit of a break, and then coming up around 7 or so, another wave of showers and a few thunderstorms. See all these arrows too? Coming out of the south, the winds will be a little brisk right through Friday, and then Friday afternoon, some more showers pop up. And this is Friday at 5 o'clock. Into the evening hours and overnight, we could see some pretty good thunderstorms building. And then by Saturday, we'll start off with clouds, but I think most of the rain will be over by then. Right now, Vipercast is coming down and thinking more like what I was thinking earlier on. Maybe 1 to 2 inches of rain with the outside chance of maybe 3 if you get under a thunderstorm or the next few days. So 4, 5, 6 inches of rain, I just don't see that happening around here. I've got the complete 7-day forecast in just a bit.
Paul, thanks. We'll check back in with you in a few minutes. Coming up on Eyewitness News at 11, a World War II veteran has finally been laid to rest back at home after being missing for more than 70 years.
Hey everybody, Leslie Dale here at the TFP and Brews and News. Yes, on our Facebook page, Chattanooga Good Times Free Press, every Thursday, 11:30, me and our radio partner, Brian Joyce. We have a community guest, a special guest, every week, again, Thursday at 11:30. Check it out on Facebook and timesfreepress.com.
The body of a missing World War II soldier who was killed in action has been returned home. Army Private Eugene Gene Appleby will be buried at home in Columbus, Ohio. In 2011, Appleby's remains were found by someone on a farm in the Netherlands. The remains were identified using DNA and connected them to the Appleby family. In Rice Lake, Wisconsin, police arrested rap artist Humpty Hump on suspicion of drug paraphernalia possession. If you don't know 53-year-old Gregory Jacobs, you may know him by his stage names Shock G and Humpty Hump. Police say an officer pulled a vehicle over around 2 a.m. on June 13th because the license plate was listed to an unlicensed driver. Jacobs was driving the vehicle and said drug paraphernalia was inside. The rapper was later released on a $100 cash bond. A British multinational company has bought George Clooney's high-end tequila brand in a deal worth up to $1 billion. Clooney launched Casamigos Tequila in 2013 with friends including nightlife entrepreneur Rand Gerber, who is married to model Cindy Crawford. It was announced today that Clooney and partners sold Casamigos to the world's largest maker of alcoholic beverages. The buyer, Diego, said it would pay $700 million initially for Clooney's company, with a potential payment of another $300 million linked to performance over the next 10 years. Coming up on Eyewitness News at 11, President Trump hit the road again tonight. He made a visit to Iowa, where he talked about the GOP health care bill and last night's historic win in Georgia's special election. We have the full report from Washington when we get back.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 11.
Tonight, President Trump traveled to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, a chance to tout his agenda directly to his supporters at a campaign-style rally. NBC's Blaine Alexander has more from Washington.
Just introduce the president.
Out of Washington and in his element.
We are making progress like nobody can believe.
Speaking to his base in Iowa, President Trump rallying support for his agenda on tax reform.
If we get it the way I want it, the largest tax cut in the history of the United States of America.
On health care.
But I hope we're going to surprise you with a really good plan.
But acknowledging with zero Democratic support, the bill faces a rough political road ahead.
So we have a very slim 52 to 48. That means we basically can't lose anybody.
And a victory lap, mocking Democrats and their candidate after last night's Republican win in Georgia's special congressional election.
They thought they were going to win.
after an early, brief interruption by protesters. Praise for the crowd size.
We're not even campaigning, and look at this crowd.
As the president heads back to Washington with health care in the forefront, a Senate draft bill set for release Thursday morning. And on the heels of tonight's rally, President Trump's first official re-election fundraiser is set for next week. It'll be held just down the street from the White House at the Trump Hotel. Blaine Alexander, NBC News, Washington.
Not only are we enjoying warm temperatures and long daylight hours, but so are snakes. Knowing which ones could harm you and how to keep them from biting you can save you a lot of pain. The two venomous snakes found in the Chattanooga area mainly are the copperhead and the timber rattler. They spend most of their time in wooded areas, so stay away from the edges of walking, running, and bicycling trails. They sometimes hide under large rocks and tree limbs, so try not to overturn those types of objects. If you see a snake of any kind, do not try to kill it. Stand still until it goes away or slowly walk away. Experts say it will attack only in self-defense.
And when people are bitten by venomous snakes, 99% of the time it's because someone is bothering the snake.
Try not to bother the snake. If you are bitten by a venomous snake, stay calm to keep your heart rate down. Clean the wound as best you can. Remove any jewelry because of the swelling that will occur. Then seek medical attention just as soon as possible. From a slithering serpent to a buzzing biter, mosquitoes are summering all over the U.S., including in more areas than previously thought. The Centers for Disease Control have discovered the mosquitoes that carry the Zika virus are in 38 additional counties that they hadn't been found in before. That's a 21% increase. Mosquitoes breed in standing water, so empty buckets, flower pots, bird baths, even old tires you may have in your yard, empty them all. CDC recommends using a bug spray with DEET or picaridin. Now let's talk to Paul Barris on By Joe. It was the longest day of the year today, wasn't it, Paul? I didn't notice it.
Yeah, we had another beautiful sunset too tonight. But the clouds are going to be increasing. I doubt if we'll see a sunset for tomorrow. We do have some showers that are trying to move in. A few sprinkles moving into Bradley and Polk County. Not that heavy. Most of these showers are really starting to fade as the sun has gone down. There's not that much around here. It's all really south of Birmingham now, near Montgomery. A big swath, big arc of rain coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. That's where the heaviest stuff is. And a lot of this is going to stay to the left of us or to the west of us. So there's another big area of showers too near Atlanta pushing off to the north, and severe weather's still been breaking out, but it's fading now across the Great Plains. Here's where Cindy's going to be going later on tonight into the early morning hours. It's going to be moving on shore very close to Lake Charles, Louisiana, then up towards Alexandria, Louisiana, heading towards, looks like Memphis, and then north of us coming up by about, it looks like Friday evening. And by that time, it's not going to be that strong as far as winds go. As a matter of fact, it's not even going to be that strong as far as the winds go down along the Gulf Coast. But it's going to be a rainmaker, and it is going to bring us some rain. And then that colder air is going to start moving our way, it looks like, coming, or at least cooler weather coming in for next week. Right now, the winds are out of the southeast at 5. It's 75 in Cleveland, 75 in the city, and in Dayton, 72 in Athens and Dalton, and 69 out in your Blue Ridge, 73 in Altamont. 84 and 69, the high and the low, very close to what we forecast, about as close as you can get practically. We had a little bit of rain in spots. Lafayette had 2/10. 83 in Dalton, though, about 4/10 in LJ. Blue Ridge had 0.8 of an inch of rain earlier today. And then the temperatures were pretty much in the 80s, some 70s up in the higher elevations, like Signal and Lookout at 78, but Cleveland hit 85. Saudi Daisy was 88 again, a lot of sunshine there. 85 Etowah, 86 in Delano. Turtletown had 2/10, about a 10th out near Murphy, and Dayton and Pikeville 84. Well, Dunlap hit 85 degrees. Here's Vipercast again. This is the regional model. See that big area of heavy rain south of us. Some of that tries to creep our way, but mainly it's light rain for tomorrow to possibly moderate rain by 5 o'clock. And then that rain sort of fades out a little bit overnight, and then into Friday, as this wave comes our way, along with this cold front, we'll increase the chance for showers in the Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, and then it's out of here. Looks like actually Friday and Friday night, and then into Saturday, it's out of here. All the rain down to the south, drier air moves in for most of Saturday. Most of Sunday looks pleasant, very nice, very untypical weather for June. We're thinking now about 1 inch to 1.5 inches, outside chance of up to 2 inches of rain, so we've really dropped the rainfall amounts coming up with this because most of it's going to be west of us. Tonight, 71, maybe a sprinkle. For tomorrow, 76 with some showers at times. Tomorrow night, still a chance for some showers and an outside chance for a thunderstorm with 73. And the 7-day forecast, 85, and good chance for showers and storms on Friday. Now, any morning showers should be pretty early on Saturday. Got a lot of requests for a nice Saturday, and most of the day should be pretty good. 85. Sunday looks really nice, 66 and 84. That's well below normal. Then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday look great, too.
For any of our viewers who may be cursed with being hot-natured like me, when you say an un-June-like June, it's music to my ears.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be great.
Nice stuff, Paul, thanks. Coming up next in sports, here from the latest UTC commit, Dalton High's Dylan Cole. Plus, why is the first baseman, Freddie Freeman, taking ground balls at third? Paul Shaheen has the answer next.
You know, Chattanooga talking to you, it's just like, you know, Chattanooga talking to you, it's just like, you know, you never really thought it was going to happen growing up, but, you know, it did, so it was great.
6'4", 270 pounds, all region, all state. You better believe Dalton's Dylan Cole caught the attention of first-year UTC head football coach Tom Arth. Cole officially committed to Arth and the Mocs.
I definitely think Coach Arth knows what he's doing, and just by his attitude and his confidence, it really gave me something to feed off of. It's not fun playing football if you don't win. That's part of it. So coming to a place who has a, you know, couple SoCon championships, it's great. Great place to be.
Cole, who can play multiple positions on the offensive line, has 1 year left at Dalton. He says making his commitment known early allows him to focus now on his senior season and getting the Catamounts back to the playoffs. Today marked Matt Adams' 30th game as an Atlanta Brave. Big City, as they call him, has certainly become a fan favorite, and more importantly, his impact has impacted their win column. Here's a look at Matt Adams tonight with San Fran in town. We'll get to Adams. First, a little from San Francisco's offense. Brandon Belt tripling in a run off of Sean Holcomb. Who? Yeah, Holcomb starting for Bartola Colon. Colon scratched, remains on the DL with back stiffness. Checking in now with Big City. Adams batting in the fourth with one on. Adams is mashing. That is a blast to right center. A two-run shot. It put the Braves in front 2-1. They were tied they were leading 3-1, 3-2 in the ninth. Atlanta's Jim Johnson gave up a solo shot to Hunter Pence in the top of the ninth to tie it at 3. So it's 3-3 right now. The ninth inning just ended. We are heading into extra innings. 10th inning up next. So we've talked about Matt Adams' success filling in for the injured Freddie Freeman at first base. But check this out. It's Freddie Freeman nearing a return. We have some video to play, but he may not be returning to the same position. This is video of Freeman fielding balls at third base. Yes, from first to third. He's done this now 2 days in a row before practice, before the game. In fact, Freeman said today it was his idea to make that transition from first base to third.
Did you have a couple of glasses of wine in you when you made this decision?
No. Obviously it's been a few years since I've played third base, but I said I'm completely on board with it. I want to do it. We got to keep Matt Spat in the lineup, and I'll do anything to win.
Some news from the ice now. No surprise, Nashville general manager David Poile was named GM of the Year at the NHL Awards. Poile has been with the Predators since day one. Credit him for comprising this team, the first team ever to make it the playoffs as a 16 seed and make it all the way to the Stanley Cup final. Poile will have to work a little harder this offseason. The Preds need to replace stud forward James "the Real Deal" Neal. Neal was selected by the Las Vegas Golden Knights in tonight's expansion team draft. Las Vegas got its pick. Any player on the unprotected list from all of the other 30 teams. So Las Vegas is the new expansion team, the 31st team in the league. The NHL draft is tomorrow. Nashville, though, has the 30th pick. Nick Saban and Lane Kiffin, vinegar and baking soda, harmless when apart, science class volcano when combined. We've seen it play out several times, and thanks to a new book, we're learning more about one of the more popular eruptions. Last September 2016 against Western Kentucky.
Well, he's mad at Coach Kiffin because they had a fumble, and that's definitely, he doesn't like that play call selection.
It looked like there were some arguments between yourself and Lane on the sidelines. Or at least
there's no arguments. Okay. Those are called chewings. I mean.
Did you not know that? All right, back to the backstory now. Nick's old buddy, former co-worker Phil Savage wrote a book about Nick Saban. It comes out in late August, but AL.com has an advanced copy. It says Saban went off on Kiffin on the sidelines because after that said fumble, Kiffin said in the headset to all of the coaches, quote, "Dumb players make dumb plays," end quote. It goes on to say that Saban quickly responded to all the coaches, "Dumb coaches make dumb plays." He took off his headset, and you saw what happened after that. He yelled.
Saban is a relatively reserved kind of guy in public, so how in the world do Saban and Savage remain friends now?
It's a great question. Since 1991, they were on the Cleveland Browns staff, and still today.
My goodness. I can't watch that video enough. That's good stuff. Paul Bears has your 7-day forecast when we get back. Can we watch it again?
All right, the planner starts off with some light rain showers for tomorrow. Temperatures really not responding that much, only mid to upper 70s for highs for tomorrow. The 7-day forecast, a little hotter on Friday with a good chance for showers and storms. Morning showers on Saturday. The rest of the weekend looks good, and most of next week looks pretty good too.
We look forward to that, Paul. Thank you. Let's end now with the Frisco Rough Riders, a minor league baseball team in Texas, because they have a team member they've been working with for a while now that still seems a little off. Have a look. Brooks is the Rough Riders' bat dog in training. He's a good boy, no doubt. But when it comes to retrieving a bat,
well, no.
Doesn't quite have the hang of his duties
a squirrel in
on the
left field,
field.
obviously.
Look, a squirrel. Not hard to see why he has a minor league contract. Still, don't get in his way, because he'll take you out when he's running the bases. Brooks' boundless enthusiasm, and no problem doing the job there. So we just want him to keep at it. His run's not going to count, doesn't he know? Just get the bat, take it to the dugout.
Does he get 4 runs?
That's it. I see what you did there.
Hey,
there, see?
No,
he's getting closer.
He heard treats.
Brooks is a fan favorite. Yeah. That'll do it for Eyewitness News at 11. Have a very good evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.